Cliff Richard, born Harry Roger Webb on October 14th, 1940 in Lucknow, British India, grew up in the shadows of post-colonial upheaval. His family relocated to England in 1948 following India's independence. Settling in Cheshunt, Hertfordshire, life was not easy, and financial struggles were a constant. Despite the challenges, Richard's love for music blossomed early, sparked by iconic American rock and roll figures like Elvis Presley, Little Richard, and Buddy Holly. These influences ignited a passion that would propel him into the heart of the British music scene. By 1958, Cliff adopted his stage name to evoke strength and homage to his hero, Little Richard. Soon after, he formed the Drifters, which later became the Shadows, and released Move It, a song that heralded the birth of British rock and roll, the rise of a British icon. Cliff Richard's debut single, Move It, marked a revolutionary moment in British music, cementing him as the UK's first true rock star. His youthful charisma, magnetic energy, and guitar-driven sound became the voice of a generation. As the 1960s progressed, Richard's career flourished with hit songs like Living Doll, The Young Ones, and Bachelor Boy. These upbeat anthems not only dominated the UK charts, but also became iconic, representing youthful rebellion during a time of societal change. Cliff also ventured into film, starring in musical comedies that expanded his popularity. Despite the rise of bands like The Beatles, Richard's ability to adapt and evolve allowed him to maintain his position in the ever-changing music landscape. Cliff's early career demonstrated his unparalleled versatility and unwavering appeal. Reinventing himself in the 1970s, by the 1970s, Cliff Richard had firmly established himself as a mature and adaptable artist. Moving away from his earlier teen idol image, he embraced more complex and introspective music that resonated with a wider audience. Songs like Devil Woman, We Don't Talk Anymore, and Wired for Sound showcased his ability to experiment with various musical styles, including disco and synth pop. His career reached new heights as he embraced these musical shifts without sacrificing his unique voice or stage presence. Throughout this period, Richard demonstrated his capacity for reinvention while maintaining the core elements of his original rock sound. As a devout Christian, his faith also became a central theme in his personal life and creative output, contributing to his positive, enduring influence on pop culture. The spiritual path and personal choices. A significant aspect of Cliff Richard's life was his commitment to his Christian faith, which he embraced in the mid-1960s. His faith provided him with a moral compass and influenced both his personal choices and career decisions. In contrast to many of his contemporaries, Cliff maintained a wholesome, clean image, free from the excesses often associated with fame. He recorded religious songs, including his 1979 Christmas single, Mary's Boy Child, Oh My Lord, and became an advocate for charity work, supporting causes like HIV/AIDS awareness and children's welfare. In addition, his decision to remain unmarried and child-free drew public attention, though Richard approached questions about his personal life with grace and discretion. His commitment to both his faith and his family endeared him to fans who admired his consistency and sense of duty. Cliff's ongoing career and influence. Now in his 80s, Cliff Richard continues to perform and release music, proving that age is no barrier to his enduring relevance. His 2020 album, The Air That I Breathe, reached the UK Top 5, demonstrating his continued appeal to both longtime fans and new audiences. His annual Christmas releases remain a highlight of the season, eagerly anticipated by fans around the world. Cliff's tours, too, continue to draw large crowds, offering a chance for generations of fans to see the legend in action. Through his tireless dedication to his craft, Richard remains a living testament to the power of music and the lasting impact of a career,
built on passion, perseverance, and authenticity. The loss of loved ones and family sacrifices, Cliff Richard's personal life has always been closely intertwined with his public career, especially in the years following the death of his father, Roger Webb, in 1961. At just 21 years old and on the cusp of stardom, Cliff was deeply affected by his father's untimely passing. In later years, he reflected with sadness on how his father never got to see the success he achieved. During his father's illness, Richard's bond with him grew stronger, making his death even more difficult to bear. Cliff's responsibilities also extended to his mother, Dorothy Webb, who battled Alzheimer's disease for over a decade before passing away in 2007. Watching his mother's slow decline was a deeply emotional experience for Cliff, and he remained a devoted caregiver throughout her illness.
Cliff's struggle with love and relationships. Throughout his career, Cliff Richard remained a lifelong bachelor, a personal choice shaped by both his devotion to his family and the demanding nature of his show business career. One of the earliest insights into his internal conflict came in 1961, when he wrote a heartbreaking letter to his first serious girlfriend, Australian-born dancer Dilea Wicks. In the letter, Cliff explained that his rising fame and responsibilities to his family left him unable to commit to a lasting relationship. He candidly confessed that show business was now his priority, and he couldn't give Wicks the love she deserved. The letter revealed the emotional toll fame had on him, often forcing him to sacrifice personal happiness for his career. After Wicks's death in 2010, her family spoke about how deeply the breakup had affected her, underscoring the emotional complexities of Richard's career. Closer to love, short-term relationships. Despite the sacrifices he made in his personal life, Cliff Richard had several relationships throughout his life. One of the most publicized was with British tennis star Sue Barker in the 1980s. Their relationship attracted widespread attention, with the media speculating about an engagement. Cliff himself was open about his feelings, stating in 1983 that he was happy with Sue and would embrace marriage if it came to pass. However, by the end of that year, he had reconsidered, admitting that while he had affection for her, he ultimately didn't feel compelled to settle down. Reflecting on their relationship years later, Cliff stated that he had considered proposing, but realized he couldn't commit fully. His honesty in discussing his feelings highlighted the inner tension between his desire for love and the demands of his career. A deep connection with Elvis Presley. For decades, fans have wondered about the influence Elvis Presley had on Cliff Richard's career, and in a rare moment of candor, Richard finally opened up about his deep admiration for the king of rock and roll. Cliff admitted that Elvis's music had an enormous impact on him from a young age. "It was like the world stopped," he recalled, describing the first time he heard Elvis's voice. Cliff's admiration for Elvis went beyond his musical style. It was also about the way Elvis carried himself, his energy, and his raw, emotive performances. As a teenager in post-war England, Cliff found himself drawn to the sound and spirit of Elvis, which inspired him to pursue a career in music. Elvis's influence on Richard was so profound that he viewed him as a guiding figure, and the comparison between the two became a constant throughout his career, a regret and tribute to Elvis Cliff. Richard's career might have been shaped by Elvis Presley's music, but one deep regret still lingers in his heart: the fact that he never had the chance to meet his idol. Richard admitted that there had been plans for the two to cross paths at one point, but it never materialized. When Elvis passed away in 1977, Richard felt a profound sense of loss. "It was like losing a brother I'd never met," he said, recalling the pain he felt upon hearing the news. This emotional tribute reflected the deep connection Richard had to Elvis, not just as a musical influence, but as a kindred spirit. For Cliff, Elvis wasn't just a rock legend. He was a man who understood the struggles of fame, spirituality, and artistic expression in ways that resonated deeply with him. Honoring Elvis's legacy. In the years following Elvis's death, Cliff Richard continued to reflect on the spiritual and artistic similarities between himself and the king. He admired not only Elvis's music, but also the kindness and generosity that defined his character. Both men shared a strong Christian faith, though they expressed it in different ways. Richard recognized in Elvis a searching spirit, a yearning for meaning that he too had always felt. By breaking his silence, Cliff Richard has not only honored Elvis's memory, but has also revealed a side of himself that many fans had never seen before. It was a touching tribute from one musical icon to another, a reminder that even legends have heroes who shape their journey.